Hi, welcome back to Trilochus. I'm Wayne and this is my video review on the film Avengers Endgame. So overall I think the film was very well made. It's 3 hours long, however it doesn't feel like 3 hours long. For the first time in quite a while I've gone to see a film and not really thought or considered too much about how much time I've been sat there. The pace of the film is quite good. There are some light-hearted moments which don't detract from the seriousness or the stakes. One thing that I think was going to be very difficult to achieve is how do you break that ceiling, that level of expectation that Infinity Wars leaves you with. It's very unusual for a film to have two parts to it, where the first part generates all that hype, that momentum, and then for the second film the conclusion of all those ideas to follow through and improve very rarely happens. A lot of the times they'll do like a two-part film and you get really geared up in that first half, then along comes the second half and it's a bit of a damp squid. However, Avengers Endgame is one of those films that not only matches and meets the level of expectation, but I believe it goes that little bit further. It tips the balance. This is a very good finale for some of our heroes, and it really does match Infinity War. The plot centres around the last of the Avengers, which also happens to be the original Avengers from nearly 10 years ago, and they have to now defeat Thanos and reverse the snap. Obviously it's been well documented about time travel and how they go about getting the stones and their own glove, which effectively is what they end up doing. Captain Marvel in this film turns up. She's on screen for no more than 20 minutes, and that's a good thing for this film. My concern was, after seeing Captain Marvel a couple of months ago, was that she would come in from the off and basically everything would centre around her, and she would be the big I am that comes in and sorts out the problem, which is Thanos. However, it doesn't work out that way. Brie Larson plays Captain Marvel 100% better in this film. There's no pretentiousness, there's none of that SJW stuff that followed her around when she was doing Captain Marvel. The emphasis is quite rightly on the original Avengers and their plights and their loss, because they have lost a lot. Not only have they lost friends from the team, but also family as well. And that really hits home, particularly with Hawkeye when he returns back as Ronan. So essentially they have to beat Thanos by reclaiming the Infinity Stones and Gauntlet. And they do go about this using time travel and the quantum realm, which I did kind of touch on in my review a little while ago, and on my thoughts on Avengers Endgame, who survives and who doesn't. Yeah, it's done really well. They obviously have the question of the paradox with time travel, because the paradox is essentially if you're able to travel back in time and you bump into your grandparents and something were to happen to them, then effectively you could kill yourself by not ever being born. So they do explain the complexities of time travel. There, again, it's a light-hearted moment because they then reference some time travel films, Back to the Future being one of them, and yeah, they kind of go around that theory of what can we do and how do we avoid it. So yeah, overall it's a very enjoyable film. The 3 hours fly by, and just one or two points in there that did disappoint it a little bit for me, and that is near the end when not only do we have Captain Marvel, but they seem to put all of the female superheroes into one group. Now, I've got nothing against female superheroes, I've got nothing against strong women. My favourite film is actually Aliens, and I love Sigourney Weaver as an actress, so I haven't got an issue with strong women, strong female characters. What I do have an issue is the politics that goes behind the placement of these characters, particularly in this day and age. It seems to be the fashionable thing to have nothing but strong female characters. And like I said, I've got nothing against strong female characters. I like them when they're done correctly. So far, apart from Captain Marvel, I think the MCU has handled strong female characters very well. Black Widow happens to be one of my favourite, as she is probably most fans. So that's one of the little minor parts with this film, is the fact that they get so far and then all of a sudden they band all these strong female characters together, and they're practically saying we can do this job better than the men. And for me, that's a bit of a fly in the face for those actors and characters that we've known for the last 10 years, who built up this universe after all. That said, it's a minor gripe, and it is only there in the last couple of minutes or so at the end of the film. I think how they bring the characters back and the timing in which they do that is brilliant. So yeah, summing up, this is a very well written grand finale for the Avengers. One or two characters don't make it through to the end for various reasons, and I'm not going to tell you who they are. You will have to go and watch the film yourself to find out. And some of the other characters surprised me as well, in the way that they come back and they really know what they've got to do to defeat Thanos. Thanos, I think, is being played absolutely brilliant by Josh Brolin. Yet again, a real class in how to portray a villain without overall being nasty. Thanos, at the end of the day, is a villain that I think they put a lot of effort into. They explain why he does what he does, rather than him just being a big nasty schoolboy bully who just thinks that they can do what they can and be 100% evil to the core. Thanos does meet his end, and yeah, it's very well done. This film is well worth seeing, and yeah, go and see it. Come back here, leave a comment in the comments section, give the video a thumbs up, or if you don't like it, if you've fed up with me rambling for the last 7 or 8 minutes, then give us a thumbs down. Tell me why in the comments section. But no, if you like the film, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscription, or subscribe even. I think I'll get my own subscription. No, seriously, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's talk sci-fi, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.